just to give me some moonlight and create like a cool scene over here. This might be the most powerful pocket size RGB light out there in the market. This is the Molus X100. This is the RGB version, their brand new light, collaboration with Cam Mackey. And this is the sort of light I've been waiting for a long time, especially after the original Zhiyun X100 came out. In this video, I'm going to be going over this new light, the RGB version versus the regular Molus X100 bicolor version, and go over the main differences and similarities between these two lights. I do want to preface this video that even though this is not a sponsored video, Zhiyun did send me this light for me to try out and test out, but they did not get to see this video before you do. And I'm also going to show you later on a few creative ways that you can use this light to create a cinematic scene. So ever since the Molus X100 came out, I was super excited because it had 100 watts of power in a very compact size and also had a detachable battery like this one. But I always felt limited because sometimes I wanted to use color effects or have different colors in this small package that can also give me a lot of output. Fast forward to today, Zhiyun came out with this light that adds RGB capabilities to the original Molus X100, and I think this is going to be the light that I start using pretty much all of the time. I've been using the X100 for a few years since it first came out, and it's been my main light around in my home studio and also when I go to solo shoots when I have to pack light. No pun intended. This light is a 100 watt light in bicolor mode, and it goes a little bit lower to 85 watts in RGB mode, while the original X100 is 100 watts throughout because it's only bicolor. The original X100, it was bicolor, but it was capped in the sense that it can only go from, let's see if you can see a little bit of here. Okay, you can see from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. So you're capped at that. So on the RGB one, this one, you're able to go from 2500 Kelvin all the way past 6500, 8000, 10,000. So you get a little bit more flexibility in terms of the CCT controls and the color temperature controls. This one was the original Zhiyun Molus X100, and this one is the brand new X100 RGB in collab with Cam Mackey. So you can see this one is all in Cam Mackey style and branding, which I really like. This one, just your traditional Molus or Zhiyun branding. There's another thing here too, these right here, that this one did not have, that you can now put accessories here, maybe like a mini tripod here, or the brand new mini softbox, 40 centimeter softbox that comes with certain versions of this kit. Originally, let me show you something. This one is a mini softbox that came with the original version, which is small and portable, super cute, really small. I actually ended up using this for a lot of my talking head videos, YouTube talking head videos when I used to live in a condo because I did not have much space to set things up. And it worked for just my face and I actually made good use of it. But in many scenarios, this is just too small. So now Zhiyun includes with this other version, this one, the 40D Zhiyun softbox. Comes with a nice little bag. The other mini one did not have that. A grid, softbox, and this is it right here. Doesn't set up as quick as that really tiny one, but it's still very quick. All you need to do is just do that. It was very easy and quick. And this is the 40 centimeter softbox compared to like the mini one. So you can probably get more usage out of this one if you want like a small and compact and portable kit. This is probably going to be a lot better than this. One cool thing about this light is that because it's RGB, it's really cool that it has lighting effects, and that is what I'm going to set up right now. I have it right now connected to my app. So what I'm going to do is change this to, all right, so I just found a drawback from this light with the app in particular is that I am not able to access the color effects or the lighting effects in the app. I'm able to do everything else, like adjust the color, hue, temperature, and everything, but just not the effects. So, okay, that sucks. So I'm gonna change this to lighting effects. We're gonna select police car and I'm gonna select the red and the blue hue. So there's different effects like disco, fireworks, hue flash, hue pulse, and a bunch of different ones that you can play around with. All right, so I'm just gonna put this in the back of my car. But I also have a Zhiyun M20C right here that I'm going to turn on just to give me a little bit of light on myself and the driver's seat. So this is what everything looks like. There's a police light at the back. This little light to give me just a little bit of illumination right here in the driver's seat. Both lights are almost identical in their characteristics and build. They both are built very solidly and have a nice finish. The difference is in branding that the new one has Kanmaki's finish. It has a matte dark green on top of the light and a brown sort of leathery type of design on the light. They're both pretty much the same size and weight. They both have the knobs on the side and the little LCD screen. They both also use the same detachable battery right here. But again, the Kanmaki version has Kanmaki's design and it's more of a dark green finish as opposed to the traditional one that originally came with the X100. I did experience problems with this original X100 battery and I did tell Zhiyun at the time and they did send me new ones that were perfectly fine. But I did experience problems with the first generation of these batteries, but since they replaced them, they've been good so far. The battery, similar to the other one, lasts about 35 minutes at full power, and I normally, with the old X100, I usually used it at 10% and the battery will last me like an hour and a half or a little bit around that. So this new one will be roughly the same. There's different ways to power this light other than that battery. You can also use AC power, plug into your wall, or use an external power supply, but just make sure that you have 100 watts of power delivery available on that external battery pack to power this light. To turn on the light, they're both are very similar. You press once and then you hold the button again, and then you also have to turn the knob a little bit to turn on the light. On the new one, you do have to turn the knob a little bit more before the light turns on. And I think that's more of a safety feature in case you don't turn on the light by mistake or while it's in the bag. You would see that the user interface is a little bit different. Like the menu system, this one is a little bit on the older side, whereas this one is a bit of the most updated version of the menu. So you can toggle through the different settings. This way you get more access to different effects. I have the Molus X100 RGB right here, which I'm gonna put out here in the balcony just to give me some moonlight and create like a cool scene over here. I have a tube light over here just to give a little bit of fill. Two lights here to add some light here in the background. The new light, this one by Kanmaki, also comes with a new accessory by Zhiyun, a Fresnel attachment. This one right here that you can attach to the light. The Fresnel can actually increase the intensity of the light by 4.3 times. And it makes the beam a little bit more narrow, so you're able to direct it and manipulate that beam a little bit better. With the original one of the other accessories that we had was one of these reflectors that I never use, to be honest. So I much rather have this Fresnel attachment instead of this. What this new light is, you get barn doors similar to the ones you find on the Zhiyun M20C. I think it's actually probably the exact same one, maybe a little bit updated. But this is magnetic. You can attach this in front of the Fresnel and now you're able to better direct your light. And unlike certain barn doors out there and certain lights that don't really direct light that well, once this is used with the Fresnel, it's actually very effective at directing or giving you the ability to control and manipulate the beam of that light. Creating a slightly different mood, focusing that Fresnel light with the barn doors, on this tree here and giving me that texture and that shadow in the background. And take a look at the background. I'm going to adjust the barn doors. I'm opening it up right now. So different look, more light being spilled this way. And I feel like it's too much light. I don't like that as much. So I'm gonna close that down a tiny bit. And as you can see where that light goes, and then this other barn door here, just to close it up a little bit, to focus that beam a little bit more as well on the top right there. So yeah, also the light right now, it's only at 4%. So this is really, really bright. At 3%, 44%, 81%, yeah, that's a lot. It's really bright. And one more accessory that also is included in certain packages of the RGB version of the Molus X100 is this. I have been waiting for this. This is an optical snoot with GOBO capabilities so that you can project GOBOs into the wall. Goes before optics. So if you didn't know that, that's what GOBO stands for. So I've made a video before about a third-party GOBO attachment that I bought to use with Zhiyun lights. And although that thing worked, it was quite loose and it didn't quite fit the Zhiyun mounts. I wanted something small that could work in this small office studio. Unlike the big Bowens mount GOBOs that are just super long and heavy, I needed something light and small. You also get this mini booklet of the different GOBO attachments that you have that you can use. These are all magnetic, so you can attach the GOBO this way and insert it back in that slot. You can focus it with the ring here at the front. Now it's a little bit sharper and I can go and defocus it. So there's a lot of flexibility with the type of GOBO look that you want to have. You're able to rotate this and yeah, pretty neat. One thing to mention as well is that this light has Zhiyun's original ZY mount, so you're able to attach different lighting accessories using Zhiyun's mount. However, if you have more traditional Bowens mount softboxes or lighting modifiers, there is an adapter that you can use to mount this to the light and then use Bowens mount lighting modifiers with your light. I wish that this new package included one of these ball heads. It actually does not, whereas the older version did include these. So yeah, just a bit of a minor thing that I'm not sure why they did not include these ball heads on the newer version, at least on the one that I have, and I have the pro version of this kit, but yeah. In terms of price, the original Molus X100 right now goes for about $250 US. Just the base package. There's different packages that come with this light, and the new X100 RGB version starts at $269 in the base package. They have less packages and combo versions for the new one, so I think it's just the two combo or the two packages that you have available with this light. So there's less to choose from, but starting price is only 20 bucks more expensive than the old one. So definitely if you're looking for a compact light that also has RGB capabilities, this is definitely one to consider. So overall, I think this is a really great light. It really took the original Molus X100, which I really enjoy and use all the time, to the next level by giving us RGB mode and by giving us lighting effects. And the addition of this Newt and GOBO projector comes in really clutch, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below as well if you've ever used one of these GOBO projectors. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And before you go, here are a couple more videos you could watch next that might be of interest to you, and I'll see you there.